there have been some good players at Barcelona who, for sure, I think, in my opinion, will be able to succeed at Barcelona if, like, let's just say, right, players like such as Thiago Alcantara, bro.
A lot of players that we can talk about. Thiago Alcantara is definitely one of them.
Look, I can, off the top of my head, for sure, bro, I can mention 3 players. Thiago Alcantara, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yaya Touré was pretty much unlucky, right?
Because well, you know what, he did play though on the right card a lot.
Who, Yaya Touré?
Yeah,
yeah.
I think he
when
just
he left City though, he was still in his prime.
He was. I think with Yaya Touré, bro. In my opinion, I just think that unfortunately for him, Pep Guardiola came in and preferred Busquets over him.
I think that you pretty much have a generational player in that position.
Yeah,
and Busquets.
Yeah,
but he was unlucky, dude.
Yeah,
and then
that's true. He was unlucky. That's
yeah, and then you can also even mention players like Nico Gonzalez, dude, who just pretty much went to Man City for 60 minutes. I saw his highlights for the first game that he actually played for Man City
this weekend.
You can tell, dude. Like a lot of people forget, right? Rodri. They talk about Rodri. Oh, Rodri, right? And this is the reason why I like Pep Guardiola so much, is because he transitions players so well, dude, into certain positions.
He does.
And he improves them a lot. Because Rodri came from Atletico de Madrid. Point is, Nico Gonzalez gives me a glimpse of
a young Rodri coming up.
Of what he could be,
Yeah.
But
you know what, though? Nico Gonzalez, in my opinion, bro, it's not that he was unlucky, because remember, he was debuting on the Xavi.
Yeah, but then
I think with Nico Gonzalez, what happened, bro, well,
he had the young and pretty much Busquets, dude.
Yeah, and Xavi did prefer Busquets over him. But I think Nico Gonzalez left, bro, because he wanted playing time.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. It's pretty much unlucky.
But you know what, bro? Let's go a little bit more back, though, to players that I think were really unlucky. 2 that come into my mind. Bojan and Giovanni Dos Santos.
Oh, Giovanni Dos Santos, too.
Bojan and Giovanni Dos Santos. And I'm telling you this, bro, because, okay, I looked at Bojan, right, playing, and Giovanni Dos Santos as well. Bro, they were skillful. They were good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that those players will be starting at Barca right now. I think they would, bro. Especially
Xavi.
Especially I'm saying like on the Coleman, when Coleman got Barca, and then he basically got an aging squad, and he had to kind of like get some players from La Cantera, right?
Yeah.
Let's say Bojan and Giovanni Dos Santos were coming up at that time that Coleman was there.
Yeah, because Giovanni Dos Santos was good, dude.
Bro, they would have been starting.
Yeah.
But then you look at for example Giovanni Dos Santos and Bojan, bro. What kind of players did they have to compete with?
They had to compete against Ronaldinho.
Bro, they had to compete
Messi.
with absolute monsters. On the wing, bro, you had Henry right there.
Yeah.
Okay? Ronaldinho, bro. Okay? Then you had Eto'o.
Mm-hmm. And then you had Messi.
And then you had the next, perhaps, potentially, the best player in history coming up, bro, in Messi. Giovanni Dos Santos, bro, he had no chance. He had no chance. Absolutely no chance. Bojan, I think it was kind of like, they were trying to see if maybe he could fight his way to maybe bench Eto'o, which was never going to happen, or bench Henry, which was never going to happen. The only one that was able to bench Henry was Pedro Gonzalez, right?
And that's the reason why we have to give him a lot of credit. But before we go there, I did want to add to the Giovanni Dos Santos, dude. Mm-hmm. I remember I saw an interview of Kyle Walker, when he was playing at Tottenham, because when Giovanni Dos Santos, at some point, he had been playing for Tottenham, right? Mm-hmm. And they asked Walker, like, which player has surprised you the most? Like, where you can say, like,
at Tottenham, right?
Yeah. And they asked, this is Kyle Walker still at Tottenham, and he said, man, I gotta say Giovanni Dos Santos. He said when you look at the kind of player Giovanni Dos Santos when he came to Tottenham, he said that he looked around and said, wow, I can't believe we just landed a player of this magnitude,
of that quality,
of being young and potentially being really well. So yeah, I do agree with you. I think Giovanni Dos Santos unfortunately was very unlucky.
He was, yeah.
And I would include maybe Thiago Alcantara's brother, which is
Rafinha. Rafinha, that was his name. And Thiago too, bro, because look at Thiago, bro. How unlucky do you have to be, bro? Now let me tell you something. If Thiago would have been coming under Coleman or under Xavi, would he be starting right now?
Oh yeah.
He'll be a starter, bro, definitely. Because, bro, who did Thiago Alcantara have to compete with?
It's simple. Xavi and Iniesta, dude. And I don't think that
Xavi and Iniesta, bro. I mean, come on, dude.
I don't think there would have been any other player in the world at that time during Xavi, Iniesta's, and Busquets' era that were going to be able to knock him off, because that system worked so well. A lot of people can go ahead and say, oh, yes, because it was a Barcelona system. No, dude, you go ahead. Let's go further out, right? Let's leave Barcelona for a while, to the sense where how Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets were never going to be able to get replaced, because you can look at that in the national team, right?
Yeah.
You had You had David Silva.
Yeah,
right?
David Silva.
You have
Fabregas.
Fabregas was another one who was unlucky for Barcelona too.
Yeah, we can touch on him too.
Yeah, but in the national team, you had Fabregas, you had David Silva, you had Juan Mata. Maybe he didn't play as a camp or whatever. I'm pretty sure he could have played around the position that, for example,
He was a starter on his team, bro.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of starters, bro. Spain.
Remember Javi Martinez?
Yeah, I am too, bro.
It was certain.
But I think Javi Martinez came a little bit afterwards, so.
No, but he went to the World Cup.
In 2010?
Yeah, he was in the World Cup, if I'm not mistaken, I think, right? But he was in the World Cup. But even after the 2010 World Cup, when Xavi and Iniesta were still playing, they didn't have a chance to go ahead and get into that. Del Bosque did in 2010.
Yeah, he played Xavi Alonso and he played Busquets.
But
because, bro, how can you bench Xavi Alonso or Busquets,
No,
bro? In the 2010, you had to play both.
Yeah, but you know what? And so let's go back to the unfortunate players at Barcelona, right?
Players, yeah.
Fabregas, for example, right? You had a Fabregas who left Arsenal, and Fabregas was really good for Arsenal.
He was, yeah.
He left Arsenal. He comes to Barcelona, and then he's like, man, I can't take the. And this is a Fabregas who came from Masia.
Yeah, he did.
So he knows the whole system. You get me? He knew the system, but there was no way that players were going to go ahead and replace Xavi Iniesta. So yes, I also feel bad for, like you said, Fabregas, Diego Alcantara, right? Those are the two middles and
Rafinha too.
And the Brazilian Rafinha, Diego Alcantara's brother, who came in, just like Giovanni Dos Santos, Bojan, and then you can name many other players, Crisanteo, Nolito, for example, right?
Yeah.
Cuenca, right?
Too,
Cuenca,
yeah.
and et cetera, and et cetera, and et cetera. We can go through a lot of players that didn't make it at Barcelona. But point is, this is the reason why you have to give a lot of credit to Pedro Gonzalez. I think Pedro Gonzalez is always going to be one of those players that are just very underrated for Barcelona.
You can say that he's one of the players that came from La Masia. Him, Busquets, you can say, that came in and they were able to replace a starting player.
Yeah.
From La Masia.
But
because Busquets came in, replaced Yaya Touré.
Yeah.
And then Pedro came in and he basically benched Henry, bro.
He benched Henry. Was Alexis Sanchez?
Oh, Alexis Sanchez was another one, bro. That we can definitely say that he was unlucky at Barca.
Because when he went to Arsenal,
he was killing it over in the Premier League. But it tells you, bro, that Alexis Sanchez had the skill set, bro. It's just that unfortunately he came in at a time where Barca were very dominant.
Yeah.
And he came in where you had Messi, bro, who he was in his prime, right? And when we would see Messi do things on the field, he'll make it look easy. So then we would sometimes argue, it was like, man, why doesn't this player just go and give the ball to Messi or combine with Messi? But we don't realize, bro, that maybe it was just hard to do that because Messi was just so fast, 1-2, and so fast, his vision, he'll give you the ball even if you didn't expect it as a striker or as a forward.
Yeah.
Right? So Alexis Sanchez was another one that I think he had all the skill set to be a Barca player, and I'll tell you this much: if he were at Barca right now, he'll be a starter.
Yeah, I think so. Like Alexis Sanchez, yeah.
Yeah, so those players that we're mentioning right now, bro, Bojan, Giovanni Dos Santos, right, Yaya Touré, Diego Alcantara, Rafinha, Fabregas, Alexis Sanchez,
Cuenca, Teo, Nolito, all
Cuenca, Teo, Nolito. I don't know if they'll be starting for Barca right now.
Well, I think I would start more Ferran Torres, bro.
Well, you know what? Maybe Teo, because Teo was a winger on that time.
Yeah,
but all those players, bro, in my opinion, if they were at Barca right now, they would be starters at Barca, bro. Maybe not Rafinha, but I you know what?
Rafinha was good, dude.
I think he would, bro.
Rafinha, he was good, bro.
I think he would be a starter at Barca right now. So we're talking about players that were unlucky, that came to Barca at a time where Barca were very dominant. They had a lot.
It was very hard for any player to come.
They had a lot of talent on the field. And we're talking about players that right now, if they were at Barca, they would be starting there.
Yeah, because when we go ahead, right, and we look at certain players like Barcelona, what could have been to these players.
Yeah.
And sometimes, yes, they were unlucky. And then sometimes what happens is certain players get greedy, right? Mm-hmm. And the most recent one that comes to my mind in terms of being greedy for money was Alex Moriba. It sucks the way, I don't know if it was his father who got greedy with the money, the man, and then Coman said it in an interview. Yeah. He didn't like that. He said that he didn't like players or players' family members getting in this case his father.
And the agent too.
And demanding more money.
So for Alex Moriba, right, we're talking about players that, they had, in my opinion, they had a bad support system.
Yeah.
And this could be, like I told you, this could be family, this could be friends, the agent, where they give them bad advice. Because, bro, if anybody really cared about the player's career, right, you you would advise against moving away from Barca, bro.
Especially at
Barca,
that age.
especially at that age, bro, and especially
When
because
you're broken down to the A team already.
basically became a regular. He was a regular starter
Yeah,
at some point.
Coman was starting to play him a lot.
He was playing him a lot. He was stressing him a lot, even though he had Busquets still. Remember, Coman still had Busquets, and you know, if he would have just taken it seriously, focused on Barca, I think he would have been extremely successful. But like you said, money comes involved. They think that they're better than they really are. He probably saw that, hey, Barca right now are in a decline. So Barca right now, they're in a decline. They probably need me more than I need them right now. So definitely they're gonna give me more money. But bro, look what happened to him.
You know what? How many teams has he gone to after? I think like 3.
He went to a Germany team in Salzburg, I believe.
Yeah.
RB Salzburg. I forget if it was RB.
I know who you're. Red Bulls, no?
Red Bulls, yeah. I think
Something
he went to a Germany team over there, and then he went to an Italian team. No,
I'm not too sure. I don't know, to be honest, but I know recently he went to like the Liga team. I think
he went to Valencia.
Valencia, and
he was at Valencia, bro, and then
he
didn't make it up. I don't even know where he's at right now.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even know where he's at right now.
To be honest, it sucks, dude, because like I said, you look at certain players like that, and you know that they have the potential of making it at Barcelona, and another player too that we can say whether, maybe he was unlucky. I would also say Xavi Simons, bro.
Oh yeah,
because
Xavi
I honestly,
yeah.
There's certain players, dude, that they're catered, right, and then they're pretty much brought up to kind of play a certain playing style, right? And Xavi Simons, in my opinion,
he was a kid when he joined Barca.
Yeah, bro, he was really good. I used to like Xavi Simons a lot, bro.
But but this is the thing, bro, and like you said, it comes down, bro, to the support system. As a kid, going through a team's academy, right, and then the parents, the family, the agent, they have a lot of influence.
Exploiting them
on their career, bro. They want to go ahead and milk them for money. Because I think, in my opinion, had he waited, bro, he would have definitely been a starter at Barca.
Bro.
He went, and then real quick, that's the same thing that PSG were trying to do with like Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
They saw, because the news come out, right? Xavi Simons, people were talking about him at a young age. People were talking about Xavi Simons at a young age. When he was, they were like, oh yeah, there's this kid at Barca who's very talented, he's very skillful, he's probably going to be the next Messi. Of course, they throw that out there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then PSG came in, we're like, oh yeah, we want him, we're going to snatch him up.
It sucks.
Yeah, and then, it sucks, bro, because then the kid, right, he grows up, bro, to learn the Barca playing style through the academy.
Yeah.
And if you're the parent, if you're the family, if you're the agent, you look at Barca, bro, they're teaching you how to play a playing style, right, at Barcelona. Why in the world would you go to PSG?
Oh my goodness.
Who are the total opposite of that style, bro?
At that time, PSG didn't even have a set team, dude.
So, what made them think that Xavi Simons was going to succeed at PSG, bro? If all he knew was how to play the Barca style. Think about it.
I think PSG, bro, probably thought that, hey, we pocketed Mbappe at 18 from Monaco. Mm-hmm. We can do the same thing with Xavi Simons, and when he's 18 or 20 or whatever, he's going to be really good for us. But no, dude, I think Xavi Simons, I used to see Xavi Simons, dude, and I said, man, this dude is really good. Even when I seen him in against with the Dutch team,
mm-hmm.
The Netherlands, I was like, man, this dude, he's good, and you can tell how good he could fit in the Barcelona team, bro.
Bro, he would have been honestly a good or a perfect product for Barcelona.
He would have been a great cam, in my opinion.
Unfortunately for him, in my opinion, he was just ill-advised.
You know what? I think that's probably helped players like Gavi,
mm-hmm.
Yamal, and Kubarsi, right? Casado. Where instead of trying to chase the money, the fame, or like the starting role at other clubs, it's like maybe they're thinking more like, hey, you know what, this happened with this player, I don't want to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because if Yamal, Kubarsi, Casado, I've always said this, dude, players come and go, right? Yeah. Some players will be there for 10, let's say from 3 to 10 to 15 years, right? Let's just say that.
Mm-hmm.
But players cannot forget that they can easily be replaced because just how they broke out from the academy, mm-hmm. there are other players dying to do the same thing.
Well, let's not go too far. Look at it now, right? We have these players breaking through the academy, going to the first team, and then when everybody was talking about Piqué, everybody was talking about Puyol, Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, Pedro, who all came through the academy, right? Mm-hmm. And they broke through the first team, and people were like, "Oh yeah, this is a one-generational academy players from Barca." But now we're talking about
another. And you know what? That's the reason why I say sometimes players need to be just kind of keep a a level. They need to be level-headed. You know, they can't just let the system. I mean, the parents or whatever influence they get from the agents, friends, influence their future because. Their football is, in my opinion, dude. It's when you make it in football, I think you have to be very lucky because it's not just about skill, technique.
Right timing too.
It's a lot has to do with injuries. With Xavi Simons, yeah, like I said, I used to like him a lot, bro. Like when he was playing for Barcelona, like when he kind of debuted and stuff, you would see his highlights. You were like, man, this dude would fit really well. You can see that the Barcelona style suited Xavi Simons because he grew up playing that style, technically speaking.
Yeah, what I remember is that I heard that a lot of people were talking about Xavi Simons as the next generational player.
He was good. I think he had everything to succeed at Barcelona.
Yeah,
I think everything was set up for him to succeed.
And then I started hearing that PSG wanted to take him away from Barca, and then that Barca were actually pretty pissed about that.
Yeah, the way they went.
But then again, I think the players' parents and agent actually chose PSG, and they actually, decided to move the player over there.
I think the reason why they chose PSG is something both you and I maybe will never understand, but I think we can narrow it down to being money.
They were milking, the agent was trying to milk his player, and then the parents too, they were like, oh yeah, we're going to get more money for PSG, so it's money, bro, and then that just ends up ruining their careers. So yeah, definitely Xavi Simons, in my opinion, is another player that was unlucky at Barca coming up.
Bro, I think Griezmann and Coutinho as well because let's not forget, bro, with Coutinho, he came in, like how you said, in the last video that they wanted to so badly replace Neymar. They got the 222 million, and then they bought Dembélé and Coutinho, right? And then Valverde had to deal with that situation where, for some reason, odd reason, freaking Bartomeu, he wanted to go ahead and forcibly have Valverde play Dembélé over Coutinho. And we've talked about
But I think it's pressure from the agent, from Dembélé's agent, bro.
Yeah.
Who was putting pressure on the president, on the board of Barca, to play Dembélé. That's what I think it came down to. And then, unfortunately, Valverde had pressure from the president to play Dembélé because Coutinho was adapting. Yeah, he never replaced Neymar.
But that wasn't his position.
Yeah, and it wasn't his position because Coutinho was like a 10 in my opinion.
Yeah, but he had to compete against Messi.
And that's the thing. That's where the unlucky part comes in, bro. And I would say more Griezmann than Coutinho because Coutinho was a right foot. Griezmann was essentially, bro, playing the same position Messi was playing.
Yeah, because Messi's position was, technically speaking, it was more of a right winger cam transitioning to that. Kind of like we
a classical 10, basically. Yeah, a classical 10. And then Griezmann was kind of playing in the same position. So, and the same style, too, So, you can definitely see that when Griezmann came in my opinion, he just happened to come into a Barca that had Messi in there. Had Griezmann came in and Messi was not there, I think Griezmann would have succeeded at Barca too.
I believe so too. But I also will say that I do think Coutinho, bro. I think he was unlucky because maybe not the players that he had to compete because he didn't really have to compete with. Well, he did, bro, because his position at Liverpool was a cam. He was a cam. So and we talk about all the balls, no matter what, were going to go to Messi. And players like Griezmann and Coutinho, they need to be on the ball. But if the ball gets bypassed to them, and obviously you can't compete in that sense against Messi having the ball, the players tend to lose the rhythm, in my opinion, right? Especially if they're so used to the ball being at their feet and at Liverpool, for example. So I think Coutinho was unlucky. I think Coutinho was unlucky, and I think Griezmann was unlucky.
But you know what? I would say, bro, that the one who has been the unluckiest of them all has been Dembélé, bro. The traitor. That guy's a freaking traitor, bro. Was he unlucky, bro?
I think he was a rat.
Nah, bro. Honestly, Dembélé, in my opinion, bro, he had no complaints whatsoever. Xavi put so much trust in that guy, bro. To the point, bro, where I think Barca, bro, supported him very well. Yeah, people can say, oh yeah, they treated him bad towards the end of that season where he left. He decided to go to PSG. But bro, how can people say that when Laporta publicly came out and said that Dembélé's better than Mbappé?
Yeah, it was.
Come on, bro. What other support do you need? Yeah. Like the guy, the president of your club, is telling you, hey, I think you're better than the next guy that everybody is talking about, right?
Yeah.
But yet, Dembélé, bro. I mean, come on, bro. Did he really take Barca serious?
I think that's the reason why it pissed us off. Yeah, because for us, I think that playing for Barcelona should be, and that's what Stoichkos you know, he would get really mad. He said, Dembele, if I was there, he'd be cleaning my boots.
That's what he said, bro. He said that. He said if Dembele, he said if I would have been in the locker room there with Dembele, he would have been cleaning my boots.
Yeah. And you know what, bro? It's true though. I just feel like Dembele kind of went into Barcelona thinking like, oh, you know what, these dudes are lucky to have me, and a lot of that came because of the support that Laporta publicly gave him and Xavi gave him. You know,
Xavi gave him a lot of support.
and I feel kind of bad. You know, I feel like, you know, even Xavi felt kind of like
a little bit betrayed.
Yeah,
because even he left last minute, bro. Like Xavi said, like I didn't want Dembele to leave. I didn't want him to leave.
I feel like Xavi. I feel like Xavi wanted to just I feel like Xavi wanted to build around Dembele. You get me? I think that was his intention, to build around Dembele. But I feel like Dembele, I just feel like Dembele kind of just took it like not too serious, dude.
But you know, with all that being said, he fits into the category of the players that actually had all the support, had everything going on for them, but they just blew their chance at Barca, in my opinion.
Right, he blew his chances at Barcelona. The same thing can be said again about Neymar, but Neymar left the march of Barcelona, right?
Yeah,
because Neymar,
and at least Neymar left $222 million for Barcelona,
you know. But this dude, Barcelona only got 50 million, right?
Yeah.
And how much did we pay for Dembele? How much?
160 in total, bro.
Who was the more expensive, Dembele or Coutinho?
Oh no! I think you're right. So I think Coutinho was
right?
what came out to 160 in total, and I think Dembele came out to like 140.
Yeah, you know what? I think I took a picture of this last time.
It was expensive, bro.
I took a picture of this last time. Oh, there you go. Look. So for Coutinho, they paid 135. For Dembele, 135. Well, pretty much around the same thing. For Griezmann, 120. And then look, you only paid at that time 88.
80 for Neymar is a steal.
You know, Griezmann, bro. When I look at Griezmann for Atletico de Madrid right now, even when I look at Coutinho, I'm like, damn. I kind of feel for them, because I'm like, how? You know, I do think they had the technique and the ability to succeed at Barcelona. Had it not been for, like, unfortunately for them, not for us, but for them as players, Messi not being there.
Yeah,
no, Dembele to me, bro. Going back to Dembele real quick, but the way he freaking celebrating when he scored a Champions League, whatever, bro. Dembele to me, you know, he's a rat, he's a traitor, he's everything.
But you know what? He doesn't, like I said, he doesn't fit in the category of unlucky players.
I think maybe we should have
players that's a rat category.
Yeah, rat category.
But you know what? At the end of the day, bro, it came out to be a blessing for Barca, because from him, Lamine Yamal came out. Yeah. So hey, you know what?
I think that kind of rushed Barcelona to be like, you know what, we can't afford to buy
but these high end wingers, and then, you know, Lamine Yamal was coming through already. So then, in my opinion, you know, it worked out for the best, bro. Dembele's out, you don't have to worry about starting him, and you can just worry about developing Lamine Yamal. But to go back to the unlucky category, you know, we can talk about the players, for example, right?
Young players.
Young players that, you know, they had the potential, but just unfortunately, they just went to a team that
they chose wrong
at the time, was just wrong timing. I said Canales at Real Madrid, right? We could talk about at Arda Güler and, like you said, Brahim Diaz right now at Real Madrid, where, you know, they're, in my opinion,
include De Gea from Ajax.
Oh yeah,
Barcelona wanted him.
The late. And you know, it's another player that, in my opinion, chose wrong. You know, because he chose to go to a Juventus. The late, when he had all, Barcelona were really wanted him. He had all to replace Piqué as a center back, and he just chose to go to a Juventus that had Chiellini, bro, and they had Bonucci, bro. Come on, bro.
Was at that time, bro. I think that those were two generational Italian players for Italy, and I don't think that the way, you know, Italy plays in an Italian league, I don't think that any other defender going into that league, I don't think it would have been so easy for them to. Bonucci and Chiellini, bro, they had really good chemistry. They're both Italian. They both knew how to play.
There was no way he was gonna bench.
So when I was really surprised when De Gea decided to go to Juventus, knowing that he had to come, and it was a whole different play system.
But it's just the agent, bro. It's the agents milking.
It was Raiola, right? His agent.
Yeah, but that's what it is, bro. It comes down to.
I think we can put Raiola too in the rat category. I want to focus, even though he's from Real Madrid, I do want to focus on Arda Güler, dude, because when I saw him in the World Cup,
he was doing good for Turkey.
He was doing really good for Turkey. That's why sometimes I'm surprised that he doesn't get a lot of playing time for Real Madrid.